Good morning, Vikings. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. I was just in there drinking coffee, reading Drudge. I didn't even get 2 inches down Drudge. And before that, I was going through the comments on my video on YouTube from last night. And if it wasn't so chilly, I'd have my Kuhimp shirt on. Come out of her, my people. Man, this world. I, I'm I would like to say shocked, but I'm not shocked. Um, I did a video, for those of you who didn't see it, on MGTOWs, which is men going their own way, and incels, and I was trying to be controversial a little bit in the video. I was purposely stirring the pot and lighting some fuses, and it got the desired result. But some of the comments, most of the comments, the overwhelming number of comments were positive, and they were people like I think most of you are, like we are, who get it. But man, we live in a fallen world, and some of those comments were just sad or frustrating to me as a man, or I'm probably going to go back there in a week or so and do another video based on that, just to try and wake some people up, although I don't think they want to be woken up. I think they're wallowing in their mediocrity, whatever. Sad. Talking about the state of male-female relationships today in America, and how people have just given up. It's very sad. Anyway, what's kind of got me out here this morning, because I did a video, I think the last YouTube video before my MGTOW video was on Boy Scouts, and how it's just going down the toilet. And I was a scoutmaster for several years, had a great troop, turned that troop around. You know, they went from like 15 kids to thinking about closing down the troop to we don't have enough room for everybody to meet here. So, you know, I'd say we were successful there. And, you know, I did a video on them letting girls into scouting now and blah, blah. Well, I just read, they have this thing called the World Jamboree. I never went to one, but it's where scouts from all over the world get together. And this year, Boy Scouts, this year, they're letting girls go. And it's mandatory. Now, this is Boy Scouts. These are 11 to 17-year-olds. It's mandatory that they make condoms available. Not only that, in Boy Scouts, no alcohol is allowed at all. Adults, nope. You go on a Boy Scout camp out, there's no alcohol. That's a really good rule, right? I drank alcohol, never drank on a Boy Scout camp out, didn't see the need to. Well, now at the World Jamboree, there are places where adults can drink alcohol at the World Jamboree, surrounded by boys and presumably girls, where they're handing out condoms. You sending your kid to that? You sending your kid there alone, you know, without you? So this great icon institution, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, in the toilet. Men in way too large a numbers to be comfortable with have just turned into these castrated males who don't even see it. And I'm going to do a video on how many of the MGTOWs who took issue with what I had to say, they argue like women. They sound like women when you're reading how they argue. My wife pointed out to me that, you know, women get together in groups and complain about things that they can't really change. Men don't do that. That's not a manly trait. You know, me and three of the men here on Viking Preparedness sitting around a fire whining about women. That's not manly. Whining, I should do a video on this. Whining shows weakness, right? You're whining about men are problem solvers. Whether they really are or not doesn't matter, right? You're a man. It's like, I can do everything. I'm a man. Of course I can fix that. You're not going to whine about it. You just get off that. You know that whole phrase, ow, I hurt myself. I have a boo-boo. Stand up, rub some dirt in it, go play. It's a man thing. Rub some dirt in it. Shut up. You don't understand. The women are, and we've been, and they do it. Shut up. And I do feel for the guys who've been put through the ringer on the one hand. But on the other hand, they chose poorly. Choices have consequences. Choose wisely. They chose the wrong woman. Some of them repeatedly. What have we learned? Nothing. I know there's good women out there. Many of y'all out here are good women. I can just tell. These people, man. And I believe that in the urban built-up areas, there is a bigger percentage of messed up people. I don't mind calling it that. And all the more reason just to get away from that. I see a lot of, I did a video, I think for us, yesterday, where I said when people say certain comments to me, I perceive bitterness and jealousy. I got, ouch, just hurt my knee, ow. I get a lot of that too. Well, you live out there in the woods, you wouldn't know. Well, you could live out here in the woods too. If everybody moved out to the woods, there'd be no woods. Yeah, but everybody's not going to. Quit whining. Be a man. Take responsibility for your life. My God. That's what I'm doing by only being half a person, by being by myself. I'm taking responsibility. I can't have a 4-day seminar for these guys. I just can't. Somebody told me, I almost commented, somebody wrote a comment that was like 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs long about how I'm not being sensitive, and as a pastor, I should understand and be more concerned and more caring. And now I'm going to use my words, but it was the tone. I should pat them, these men, these wounded men, on the head and tell them that everything's going to be okay, and I should be supportive of them. Get up and get moving. My God. Boom. You wuss. There is a distinct lack of manhood out there. Well, that's because the women have. No, it's because you as a man have given that up. It bothers me a little, can you tell? I've only had half a cup of coffee. I just can't stand seeing wimpy guys. And then the people tell me, because, I get it. I got a white beard, right? You're old, man. And they like to throw that in there, you're an old blah, blah, blah. Like that hurts my feelings. I kind of look at it as I've been successful this long. I've been allowed to grow this. But they're like, you don't understand. You've been out of it so long living in the woods. That's not true. My 3 kids are millennials. I see what they're doing. They're not messed up. They hang out with millennials. They're not messed up. We've got millennials in our assembly. They're not messed up. I'm not totally out of touch. It's not like I'm here in the old folks' home. My point. And I've started this video twice now. Can you believe that? I've ranted twice. So I don't know if I said it, but I should have worn my Kuhimp t-shirt, come out of her, my people, because honestly, the more I see what's going on, I don't think there's any coming back from this. I don't see us reversing the social, political tide, even with Trump in office. It's just a blurb. We're going right back to where we were. I don't see us reversing that without some huge, probably uncomfortable reset. And it is worse in the cities and the build-up areas. and it's going to continue to get worser. I encourage you guys to find your little slice of heaven and start working hard to create your own reality. That is not my way of saying, I'm holding the phone with this hand, putting both hands over your ears, and I can't hear you, I can't see you. It's not that. I realize what's going on out there, but to a large degree that doesn't affect us here, and it doesn't have to affect you. You need to start living your life like you want to live it, because what's coming, what's here, I was going to say it's not good. It's bad. I've got to try and save those who can be saved. And those who are just floundering, they're probably going to flounder and drown. Sad thing. I'll leave you with this too. Mildly woo-woo, it's tinfoil hat. Somebody made a comment. Do you think this has anything to do with the powers that be wanting to reduce the world population? I do. There's going to be less breeding going on. And quite frankly, I don't want these people to breed anyway. That's why I tell the people in my circle, have lots of kids. Have many children, because you raise them correctly, and we'll be able to tip the scales because all these other people aren't even having kids. I think that's a Muslim plan too. Interesting times are coming, Vikings. Get your house in order. Start thinking about you and yours and your circle, because the rest of the world out there is lost. I'll see you out there.